I'm going to post this everywhere, and you'll see what happens. No, not these two. I want these two. I want these two. No. Don't touch my stuff.
Okay. Don't touch me. Don't touch me.
Hey! No!
You're not assaulting me. Do not assault me. Do not assault me.
Stop.
Do not touch me.
Stop.
Do not touch me.
He's violent.
Sad but true, these past 16 months, the police, the politicians, and even the courts have been downright disgraceful in dealing with the pro-Hamas demonstrators, a group of reprobates who are equal parts vile and violent. Indeed, the unofficial playbook when it comes to dealing with these thugs typically involves law enforcement arresting peaceful counter-demonstrators and members of the independent media. Apparently, the mere presence of such individuals causes the demonstrators to become even further enraged, if that is indeed possible. It's like the dark old days of sexual assault, when the victim would have to take the stand and would be asked irrelevant and insulting questions such as, how much cleavage were you displaying on the night of the assault? Absolutely disgraceful. But finally, I have some good news to report. You see, one member of the New Age Hitler Youth Movement was just found guilty of assault. His name is Omar El-Hodari. And before we get into the nitty-gritty details, let's throw to the video evidence of what this thug did in Toronto a while back.
Because this is stupid ass propaganda, maybe.
What's your name?
My name is none of your fucking business.
I didn't think so.
All right.
What kind of No, these are hostage.
Are you touching
children.
me? Are you touching me?
These are
Did you just touch me on your own camera?
That are hostages.
And I do not give a fuck. Move the
Put
fuck.
up for Palestinian children. Put up for Palestinian children.
You don't have to do that.
Huh?
You don't have to do that. Why are you doing it?
Doesn't matter.
Why?
You have a problem?
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's yours? No, it's not.
The f is your problem? Leave.
No.
Problem?
Now, what are you gonna do?
I'm going to post this everywhere,
That's
and
fine.
you'll see what happens.
Yalla.
No, not these two. I want these two. I want these two.
No.
Don't touch my
That's
stuff.
okay. Don't touch me. Don't touch me.
Hey!
You're
No!
assaulting me. Do not assault me.
No!
Do not assault me.
Stop.
Do not touch me.
Stop.
Do not touch me.
He's violent.
Folks, I think the most amazing thing about that video is the absolute sheer entitlement of Omar El-Hodari. Firstly, he fully knows he's being filmed when he's committing a crime. And even though he's not even wearing a disguise, he's downright proud of his lawlessness. Then again, can we really blame El-Hodari for his sense of entitlement, given that the Toronto Police Service seems to be taking its marching orders from Hamas hooligans these days? The hopelessly woke police chief, Myron Demkiw, doesn't much care for enforcing the law when it comes to those openly chanting for genocide. Rather, he has his constables delivering Timbits and coffee to the mob as though they are so many Uber Eats drivers. As well, what about that other Omar? I speak of our homegrown Al-Qaeda terrorist, Omar Khadr. Back in 2016, this odious Omar was awarded $10.5 million by the blackface liberals, essentially for suffering from hurt feelings. Omar Khadr was a terrorist that murdered a U.S. soldier and partially blinded another one. Yet he became a multimillionaire overnight, courtesy of the taxpayer. So if that particular Omar wins the lottery without even having to buy a lottery ticket, then little wonder that the other Omar thought he could skate regardless of his crimes too. Another thing, as you saw in the video, as Omar El-Hodari is tearing down the posters of the Bibas children and then assaulting a woman, he tells the eyewitnesses to call police to, quote, see what happens, end quote.
It's your problem. Leave.
No.
Now, what are you gonna do?
I'm going to post this everywhere,
That's
and
fine.
you'll see what happens.
Yalla.
Well, here's what happened. Earlier this week, El-Hodari was convicted for assault. Looks like this thug pressed his luck just a wee bit too much. And get a load of this, El-Hodari is so arrogant that he actually turned down a peace bond deal that the judge originally offered him. Now, a peace bond is essentially a promise that the accused will behave and won't break the law, a pledge that, you'll act like a decent, civilized human being instead of some sort of savage from the Dark Ages. And any criminal lawyer will tell you that if a judge offers you a peace bond, take it. A peace bond is not a good deal. It's a great deal. But no, El-Khodari decided to roll the dice yet again. Then again, he didn't even have an actual lawyer arguing his case. Rather, he was represented by his girlfriend's father, who apparently is not the second coming of Perry Mason. And so it is that El-Khodari will be sentenced in April. We shall be in the courtroom that day to see what penalty this junior jihadi receives. It had better not be something bogus, such as house arrest, but I fear it will be, given our whole hug-a-thug society. Such a shame, really. A savage like Omar El-Khodari really belongs in a cage. Hey folks, if you're like us, you're getting a little sick and tired of the chance for genocide every weekend in the streets of our great dominion. And a lot of those people, well, they're not even Canadian citizens or permanent residents. Enough is enough. If you're a guest in our country and you are breaking the law, you got to leave. Please go to our website, deporthamas.com. That's deporthamas.com. Sign the petition, and if you're able to, kindly make a donation so that we can bring you this kind of journalism that you've grown accustomed to.